Grade mock trial, don't forget you are a team. So even if you are a witness, don't forget that you can call objections if you notice that an objection needs to be called, and you can also stand up and ask cross-examine questions if you think of a good one live. Jury, thank you for coming. Please, as you, we might have to do, if we get nervous or something needs to be reset, we might reset testimony or something like that. So just pay attention to whether or not the testimony has been reset. We haven't had to do that in practice yet, so we're doing good. Any from the lawyers and the 7th grade mock trial, any questions before we start? Last minute questions. I think we're ready. Okay. All right. Welcome to the 2026 7th grade mock trial. It is based, for those of you tuning in, it is based off our book, Nothing But the Truth, that we read, where a student is he feels that his First Amendment rights are violated when he is asked to leave the classroom during the morning announcements. And so all of the evidence, the memos in this book are kind of set up like primary sources for, this is information for the jury, though you did read this book, most of you. It's set up like primary sources, so there are phone call transcripts and memos and conversations that characters have, kind of like a play, to kind of set the scene and provide the story. So it's a good book for mock trial. All right. And I am going to put this microphone down and then step back, and we will start with the bailiff, okay? All right, here we go.
All rise. The judge of fact, Chief Cash presiding.
You may be seated. What's the court case?
Philip Malway versus Harrison School District.
Plaintiff, are you ready? Yes, Your Honor. Defendant, are you ready? Yes, Your Honor. Plaintiff, you now start your opening statement.
Yes, grab the microphone.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I will tell you how Philip's First Amendment rights were violated. Philip did not commit any rule breaking. If anything, he was singing because of his patriotism, and according to Tinker versus Des Moines, he had a right to sing. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I hope you find the Harrison High School guilty because they broke Philip's First Amendment rights.
Defendant, you may now start your opening statement.
Your Honor, members of the jury, today we will talk about Philip and how his First Amendment rights were not violated. We will talk about Tinker vs. Des Moines. Tinker vs. Des Moines states that there is a time and place for humming. That was not the time or place. Witness Joseph Polini will say that he was not following a memo first handed out in the start of the school year. Allison Dorsett will state that Philip was not a serious student. We can see that in his test answers. I would like to remind you that Philip was not sent to the office because of his patriotism, but because he was not following the memo, and he got suspended because he was already sent to the office twice in 1 week, which results in a suspension. Your Honor, member of the jury, I hope you find Harrison High School not guilty. Thank you.
Plaintiff, you may call your first witness.
Your Honor, I call Philip Malway to the stand.
You swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
I do.
You may now be seated.
May I ask what your name is?
Philip Mello,
Philip, why were you singing in class?
because I have the right to do it.
What do you think that right is?
I don't know.
What do you think patriotism means?
Devotion, vigorous to one's country.
What did Miss Narwin say exactly?
To stop singing.
Did you or did you not hear her say stop singing?
I did.
Why did you keep singing?
Because I was being patriotic.
Who told you about the word patriotism?
My dad,
When did he tell you about the word patriotism?
after dinner,
What did Miss Narwin actually do when you asked her for extra homework?
she said, "Why do you need homework from me when you left my class?"
How were your First Amendment rights violated?
I was humming in Miss Narwin's class. She told me to stop, but I didn't. And she told me to get out of her class and go to the office. And when I went to the office, Joseph Polini said there was a rule of singing the national anthem and to apologize to Miss Narwin, but I said no. Then he suspended me, and the day after I got suspended, Dr. Dewan said singing the national anthem wasn't breaking the rule.
Were you being disrespectful when you were singing?
No.
What tone did you sing in?
I don't know.
Why do people think you were being disrespectful?
Because I ignored Miss Narwin.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Defendant, you now cross-examine.
No questions, Your Honor. No further questions, Your Honor.
Witness, you now be seated. Plaintiff, you now call your second witness.
Your Honor, I call up Ben Mallett to the stands.
You sure to tell the truth, nothing but the truth?
Oh, yeah.
You may now be seated.
What is your name and how do you know the Philip Mallett?
I'm Ben Mallet and Philip's my son.
What values have you taught your son?
I taught him how to be patriotic.
When did you teach him how to be
I told him
patriotic?
how to be patriotic on March 28th.
When you found out Philip was suspended, what was your reaction?
I told him to be patriotic against the Harrison district.
What did you and Philip talk about at the dinner table on March 28th?
I told him how to be patriotic.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Defendant, you now cross-examine.
Was that, Ben Mallory, was that the first time you brought up patriotism on March 28th?
Yeah, that's the first time I did it after I found out that he had problems with Miss Narwin.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Witness, you now need to take a seat. Plaintiff, you may call your third witness.
Your Honor, I call Cynthia Gambia to the stands.
You sure to tell the truth, nothing but the truth?
Oh, yeah.
You may now be seated.
What is your relationship with... oh. Please state your name and relationship with Philip Malloy.
I'm Cynthia Gambia, and and Philip's my classmate.
Was Miss Narwin teaching when he was singing?
No, she wasn't teaching.
Do you think Philip was singing in a disrespectful tone?
No, it was just a humming tone.
Was Philip Malloy disturbing class?
No, there wasn't really a class. We just got in.
Can you describe what was happening?
We just got back in. It was peaceful and quiet until they started humming.
What happened before the incident?
Well, it was just quiet, I guess, and he was humming.
Did you get the memo at the beginning of the year?
Yeah, everyone got it.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Defendant, you now cross-examine.
Cynthia Gambia, did you read the memo at the start of the year?
Yeah, everyone read it.
What's the rule for when the national anthem is played?
The memo said, please say all rise and stand a respectful, silent attention for playing our national anthem.
Was Philip being silent?
Yeah, he was being silent.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Please, now take a seat. Plaintiff, you now call your fourth witness.
Your Honor, I call Ted Griffin up to the stand.
You sure to tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You may now be seated.
Please state your name and relationship with Philip Malloy.
Ted Griffin, and I don't have one.
What did you say to Philip when you were talking to him about his suspension?
I don't remember.
What did he tell you about his suspension?
He got suspended for being patriotic and singing the national anthem.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Defendant, you now cross-examine.
No questions.
Really quick, just for the jury, Ted Griffin, what is your role in Harrison School District?
Student government.
Does anyone know
Right.
about?
You're the
What's it
the
called?
president.
School board president.
Please, you now take a seat. Plaintiff, you now call your fifth witness to the stand.
Your Honor, I call Albert Seymour to the stand.
You sure to tell the truth and nothing but the truth? You may now be seated.
What is your name and your current relationship with Philip Malloy?
My name is Albert Seymour, and I'm the superintendent.
Is there a rule against singing the national anthem?
No.
Can you summarize the memo about singing the national anthem?
You could always ask to see it.
There is no rule that prohibits a student, if he or she so desires, to sing the national anthem.
Can you also summarize the first memo standard format for morning announcements?
Say please all rise and stand respectful, silent attention for the playing of our national anthem.
And I have one question. If you said yourself that you can sing the national anthem, how come you posted at the beginning of the year that you have to stand respectfully and silently?
I don't know.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Defendant, you are cross-examined.
Albert Seymour, is there a rule about saying silent and respectful during the national anthem?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
I'm going to take your receipt, guys. Plaintiff, you now call our sixth witness. It's your turn.
Your Honor, I call Kenneth Burchett up to the stand.
You swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth? Yes. You may now be seated.
Please state your name and relationship with Philip.
I'm Kenneth Burchett, and I'm his best friend.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Wait, Decent, I will go over there.
And did you get the memo at the beginning of the year?
Yes.
What do you think Philip was causing a disturbance?
No.
Would you call it a disturbance if no one was teaching at the time?
No.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Defendant, you now cross-examined. No further questions, Your Honor. Witness, you may now be seated. Plaintiff, you now call your seventh witness.
Your Honor, I call Allison Dorset to the stand.
Have you sworn to tell the truth and nothing but the truth? Yes. You may now be seated.
Please state your name and relationship with Philip Malloy.
My name is Allison Dorset, and Philip is my classmate.
What did you hear Margaret Narwin say?
I heard Miss Narwin say or ask for silence.
And would you call it a disturbance if no one was teaching at the time?
I don't know.
Did you know about the rule where there is a rule saying that you can sing the national anthem?
No, I did not.
All right. No further questions, Your Honor.
Defendant, you now cross-examine.
Was Philip being silent during the national anthem?
No.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Please, you now take a seat. Plaintiff, you now call your eighth witness.
Your Honor, I call Joseph Polini to the stands.
You swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
Oh, yeah.
You may now be seated.
May I ask what your name is and your relationship with Philip Malloy?
I'm Joseph Feeney and I'm the assistant principal.
Did you, assistant principal, did you know about the rule saying that you can sing the national anthem?
No.
Do you think you should have known?
I don't know.
Why did you suspend Philip from school?
Because I sent to the office 2 times in the same week.
Why do you think he was sent to the office twice in a week?
Because Miss Nowen sent him out of his class for not staying silent during the national anthem.
Did you know about, why do you think he wasn't staying silent? Did he tell you about his, motive for making this call?
No.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Defendant, you now cross-examine. Defendant, you now cross-examine. No further questions, Your Honor. Witness, you may now be seated. Plaintiff, you now call your ninth witness.
Your Honor, I call Margaret Narn to the stand.
You swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth? Yes. You may now be seated.
May I ask what your name is and your current relationship with Philip Malloy?
My name is Margaret Norman, and Philip is a student in my class.
Why did you kick Philip out of your class?
Because I wanted silence during the national anthem.
Did you know about the rule saying that you can sing?
Yes.
Then how come you said there was supposed to be silence when he couldn't have sung?
I don't know.
What tone do you think Philip was singing in exactly?
I don't know.
Was he being disrespectful when he was singing? Did you know about the rule saying that if you get sent down to the principal's office twice in a week, you would get suspended?
Yes.
And if you clearly said that if you didn't mean for him to get suspended, why did you send him down there twice in a week?
Because I asked for silence.
When he couldn't have sung because the superintendent said that there's no rule against singing. Right?
Yeah, I guess.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Defendant, you may now cross-examine.
No.
Do you think that Philip was singing in a way to mock the national anthem, or did he sing it normally?
He wasn't exactly mocking, he was just humming, I guess.
No further questions, Your Honor. Witness may now be seated. Plaintiff, you may call your 10th witness to the stand.
Your Honor, I call Dr. Dewan to the stands.
I do swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
Can you state your name and your current relationship with Philip Malloy?
Dr. Dewan,
And your current relationship with Philip Malloy?
I'm the principal.
Why did your assistant principal suspend Philip Malloy?
Because she was singing national anthem.
Did you know about the rule saying that you can sing the national anthem? Do you think you should have known?
Yes.
How did the assistant principal tell you that Philip got suspended?
He did.
When did your assistant principal tell you that he got suspended?
He did.
What? Why did you post at the beginning of the year that you can't sing the national anthem even though your superintendent said that you can? No further questions, Your Honor.
Defendant, you may now cross-examine.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Witness may now be seated. Plaintiff, you may call your 11th witness.
No further witnesses, Your Honor.
Defendant, you may now call your first witness.
You swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
What is your name?
Philip Malloy.
What is your grade in ELA? A D.
Why did you get that grade?
Because I didn't do my work.
Will you please read your essay question and answer?
The significance of Buck in Jack London's novel, The Call of the Wild, is that Buck is symbolic of a cat. You might think that cats have nothing to do with the book, but that is the point. Dogs are willing to sit around and have writers write about them, which is my personal opinion, makes them dumb. I think cats are smart. Cats don't like cold. A book that takes up so much time about a dog is pretty dumb. The book itself is a dog. That is what people can learn from Jack London's novel, The Call of the Wild.
Do you think that answer was appropriate?
No.
What was the reason you wanted to get your grade up?
For track.
On March 28th, the first time you were humming, what was your motive?
I don't know.
Can you read the memo from the first of the year?
Wait, all of it?
Yes.
8:05 a.m. The principal, or instead of assistant principal, or instead of designated member of the Falls City, will say good morning to all students. Falls City and staff. Today is Monday, or whatever day, January, or whatever month, 3rd, or whatever day. Today will be a schedule A or B day, depending on what schedule. Say today in history. Please consult Book of Days in the principal's office for appropriate references. Limit is their items. Say please all rise and stand at respectful silence attention for the playing of the national anthem. Turn on tape of anthem. After anthem is complete, say I have these announcements. All administration and falsities announcements shall be made at this point. Say may I now introduce blank name of student.
What's the rule for when the national anthem is playing?
Please all rise and stand at respectful silence attention for the playing of the national anthem.
Were you silent during the national anthem?
No.
After you transferred to Westford Academy, what did they ask you to do?
Sing the national anthem.
Were you able to sing the national anthem? No further questions, Your Honor.
Please, if you go cross-examine.
I have one question. Why didn't you read the memo at the beginning of the year?
Because I don't know.
And why weren't you allowed to sing the national anthem over in Westford High?
Because I didn't know the words.
Did you not know the words because you were humming? No further questions, Your Honor.
I'm just going to take a seat. Defendant, you can now call up your second witness.
I call Margaret Norman to the stand. What is your name and how do you know Philip?
My name is Margaret Norman, and
Philip is a student in my class. How did you feel when you were informed that Philip was getting suspended?
He was never meant to be suspended.
What happened to homeroom class Wednesday, March 28th, when the national anthem was playing?
Before I was about to start up class, when the national anthem was playing, I heard humming, and I asked Philip, and I heard that was Philip, so I asked for silence.
What did the newspaper article make you sound like?
A terrible teacher.
How do you feel everybody turned on you without knowing your side of the story?
Anger.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Plaintiff, you got cross-examined.
I have one question. Why do you think everyone was turning on you?
Because they didn't know my side of the story.
May you say your side of the story right now?
I forgot.
And I have one question. If you didn't mean for him to get suspended, why did you send him down to the office twice in 1 week?
Because I asked for silence.
No further questions, Your Honor.
You may be seated, witness. Defendant, we now call your fourth witness.
I call Allison to the stand.
You swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth? You may now be seated.
What is your name and what is your relationship with Philip?
My name is Allison Dorset. Philip is my classmate.
What happened on Friday, March 16th when Philip called you?
He called me at around 8:20 p.m. and we talked about the English exam and the book The Call of the Wild, but he couldn't finish studying because he tried to read it to a dog and the dog took it and buried it.
What was Philip doing the beginning of homeroom class Wednesday, March 28th?
We were all in our new homeroom classes and we were doing our morning stuff, and Dr. Duane came in and talked about if it would be a Schedule A or B day, and then the national anthem played, and we were asked for respectful silence, and Miss Narwin heard humming.
Was it Philip humming?
Yes.
Why was Philip humming?
I don't know.
How many times was he humming?
Twice.
How many times was he asked to stop?
Twice.
What's the rule for the national anthem?
Respect.
What's the rule for when the national anthem is played?
Respectful silence.
Was Philip being silent?
No.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Plaintiff, you may now cross-examine.
I have one question. Do you think he was disturbing class?
I don't know.
And if you would call it a disturbance, was anyone teaching at the time of the incident?
No.
And if you were in his shoes, how would you feel right now for every? No, never mind. No further questions.
Witness, you may be seated. Defendant, you now call your fourth witness.
I call Ken Barchett to the stand.
Do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You may now be seated.
What is your name and what role do you play at the school?
Barchett, and I'm Philip's classmate and best friend.
What was the memo that you got at the start of the year?
He said it told us the schedule of the day and what we would expect, and to stay silent and respectful during the national anthem.
Does he talk to you about how he hates Miss Narwhal?
Yes.
Is Philip trying to purposely get out of class?
Yes, and he has his techniques. He calls it Malloy magic.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Plaintiff, you may now cross-examine.
I have one question. What, do you think he was causing a disturbance?
I don't know.
And, was anyone teaching at the time?
No.
And, why do you think Philip Malloy hates Margaret Narwhal?
I think Philip thinks that Miss Narwhal is mean, and Miss Narwhal bring down his grade so he can't run track.
I mean, his answer to the question, in his quote, he said it was his opinion. And all about tests, isn't it? Aren't you supposed to say your opinion or the answer?
I don't know.
No further questions, Your Honor.
What is the number seated? If I didn't mean to call your fifth witness to stand.
I call Cynthia Gambia to the stand.
Do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth? You may now be seated.
What? Did you speak directly with Philip Malloy before he got in trouble?
No, I don't really talk to him.
Did you speak with any teachers the day he got in trouble?
Dr. DeWayne took me for questioning.
No further questions.
Plaintiff, you now cross-examine.
I have a question. Did you say that Dr. Doan was questioning you?
Yeah, I did.
What were her questions?
He asked me if he was asking me if I was there when Philip was hunting.
So, did you already know the rule saying that you can sing the national anthem?
Yeah, everyone knew except him because of the memo.
No, not the memo. The rule that the superintendent said, saying that there is no rule saying that you can't sing the national anthem.
Oh yeah, I knew that one.
Then how come you didn't help him saying that he was allowed to sing because the superintendent's words?
Because I don't really talk to him. I didn't really want to talk to him.
No further questions.
What is your middle seated? Defense, you may call your sixth witness.
You swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth. You may now be seated.
What is your name and how do you know the plaintiff?
My name is Susan Malloy and I'm Philip's mom.
When is the first time Philip brought up Miss Narwhal?
March 28th.
What exactly did he say about Miss Narwhal?
That Miss Narwhal didn't like him.
Did he say any foul language?
Yeah.
What exactly did he say?
He called her a bitch.
When is the first time patriotism was brought up?
March 28th.
Was that before or after he got in trouble?
After.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Plaintiff, you now cross-examine.
I have one question. Why do you think he got in trouble?
I'm not sure.
And what was was your reaction when he got suspended?
Shocked.
What did he tell you about his suspension?
I don't remember.
What values have you and Ben Malloy taught your son?
Patriotism.
When did you teach those values?
March 28th.
And was Philip a singer before the incident? Like, did he sing for extra time?
I don't know.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Please be seated. Defendant, you may call up your seventh witness.
I call it Albert Samuel.
Be sure to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. You may now be seated.
What role do you play at the school?
I'm the superintendent.
What are your responsibilities as a superintendent?
I make rules at the school.
Were you involved with any consequences with Philip?
No.
Who informed you of the situation?
The assistant principal.
No further questions.
Plaintiff, you are cross-examined.
I would like to ask this question again to make it clear. Is there a rule against singing the national anthem?
No.
And one more time, why would you post saying that there is a rule on your memo at the beginning of the year, even though you clearly knew there wasn't?
To show respect for the national anthem.
And what type of respect are you showing?
For the people that fought.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Witness may be seated. Defendant, may declare eighth witness to stands.
I'll call Dr. Doan.
You swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth. You may now be seated.
What role do you play at the school, and what is your relationship with the plaintiff?
I'm the principal. And
What are the rules of suspension?
if you get sent to the office twice, you get suspended, and you get sent home with 4.
Who is in charge of suspension?
This is the assistant principal.
What is the consequence for being sent to the office?
Sent to the office how much times? If you get sent to the office twice, you get suspended.
No further questions.
Plaintiff, you may now cross-examined.
I have a question. Why do you think Philip got sent to the office twice a week.
Being disrespectful.
How is he being disrespectful?
Humming the national anthem.
Wait, you're saying he was humming? Everyone else was saying he was singing. Which one is it? Oh. No further questions, Your Honor.
Yeah, there you got it.
We have a seating witness. Defendant, you may call your ninth witness.
I called Joseph Pauline to the stand.
You swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth? You may now be seated.
What role do you play at the school, and what is your relationship with the plaintiff?
I am the assistant principal, and I'm in charge of suspending people.
When did you become aware of the situation?
When he got sent down to my office on March 28th, I think.
Did you review the school's handling of the case?
What?
Did you review the school's handling of the case?
No.
No further questions.
Ready for your cross-examine.
I have a question. Why did Philip Nowlin get sent down to your office?
For not following the school rules, so Miss Margaret Nyron had to send him down to my office.
Why is there two rules against singing when one says that you can sing and one says you can't?
Because the one that says you can't sing is just say silent and respectful. The one we're talking about, humming, there's no specific rule about that. We're talking
Yeah,
about
and
saying silent.
Yeah, which one was he doing? Humming or singing?
Humming.
Yeah, and you just said there is no rule against humming.
Yeah, because there's no specific rule about that. But we're talking about a whole rule that says you have to be silent in any way.
Yeah, but the superintendent said that there is no rule saying that you can't sing.
Sustained.
Can hear.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Witness, you may be seated. Defendant, you may now call your 10th witness.
I called Ben Nowlin to the stand.
Do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
You may now be seated.
What is your name and how do you know the plaintiff?
I'm Ben Malloy, and my son's on the plaintiff.
When is the first time patriotism was brought up?
On March 28th.
Was that before or after you got in trouble?
That was after he got in trouble.
No further questions, Your Honor.
I do for now cross-examine.
I have a question. What values have you taught your son?
I taught him how to be patriotic.
When did you start teaching him about the word patriotic?
I taught him after he got in trouble with Miss Narwin on March 28th.
Why did he get in trouble from Ms. Narwin?
Because he has a low grade.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Witness, you may be seated. Defendant, you may call your 11th witness who stands.
I called Ted Griffin. What role do you play at the school, and what is your relationship with the plaintiff?
School board president.
Did you prioritize the school's image over fairness?
No, not really.
Could stronger leadership have prevented escalation?
Yes.
No further questions.
Please if you may cross-examine.
I have a question. Where were you when this incident happened?
At my house.
And were you informed about his suspension?
I was invited to dinner with him and his parents, and that's when I found out about his suspension.
Do you think you should have been informed sooner than later?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Please be seated. Defendant, may I call your 12th witness? No further witnesses. Plaintiff, you may now start your closing statement.
Joy the court, there are many ways to represent patriotism, isn't there? My client's First Amendment rights was broken from Miss Nolan because she kicked him out for singing the national anthem, and the First Amendment right says free rights of speech doesn't it? And students still have rights no matter where they are. Just think of what this one says. First Amendment rights are available to teachers and students. It could be hardly agreed that either students or teachers shared their constitutional rights to freedom of speech or expression at the school gatehouse. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard from Ted Griffin that he does not want people to further get suspended for singing the national anthem, and I hope that you find the Harrison High Schools District guilty for breaking my client's First Amendment rights.
Defendant, you may start your closing statement.
Honored member of the court, today you heard testimony about Philip Mallet in trouble in Miss Norman's class by humming the national anthem. He failed, so he couldn't make grade checks, so because of that he would not be able to run track. I would like to remind you of important information about the case you should think about as making your decision. Before Philip got in trouble, he failed to run track. You heard from Miss Norman that Philip is a boy who wants attention, and he got what he wanted by getting sent down to the office by Miss Narwin twice in 1 week. Then he got suspended for getting sent down. I hope you find Harrison High School not guilty.
Jury, you may deliberate. Court is now in recess until jury reaches a verdict. Already said it. Oh, you did. Okay. All right. All right, Karen, I think we're going to go in the library and then talk about it. Take your time. Okay, there's no rush.
Oh, can I go poop? Can I go poop?
Yeah, we were saying that. You guys did it. You did it. I was looking at you guys. Yes, you guys nailed cross-examination.
proud of so far.
Wait, is it actually still live? Is this actually still alive right now? Right now? Look. Don't touch me!
Yes, and that's actually what the topic was discussing. That is like the crux of it. You were correct. If I didn't know about this ordinance rule, then she's doing it for and then the judge will call the jury back. We can't report back again. Sorry, you'll say like, everyone return to seats, and then you'll call. No, you gotta wait till the jury's done. They'll come up. Yes, they'll come. You will say it in the microphone, yeah?
The jury will be ready in 5 minutes. The jury will be ready in 5 minutes.
I'll
Everyone be seated. The jury is almost ready.
Order in the court. Please return to your seats. Court is in session. Again.
You can request the bailiff to get the jury.
Bailiff, will you please get the jury? Will you please get the jury?
Ask them if they're ready. They have more time.
Jury, now read your verdict.
The jury sides with the defense. Reasoning or evidence towards their side. Patriotism is irrelevant when discussing the rules. Objective may go in.
Court is dismissed.
All right. We're good. That was it. Thank you.
Ebony toilet.